Yes, coffee morning. Good morning. Welcome to the coffee morning. I've already made a coffee because Sam on the Discord was teasing me by saying, "Oh, I need coffee. Oh, I've got coffee." And I was like, "I can't make coffee until the stream starts." But screw it. Why can't I make coffee until the stream starts? So I've made an AeroPress. I've made an AeroPress of a new roast that I got this week. It is Finca la Cumbre. I'm going to say that's Cumbre. Oh, maybe I should put it the right way up. Yeah, can you read that? It's from Colombia. Apparently, get the page up. It has, I don't know if this is aromas or tastes of. That's not even a word. Green stuff is what I'm going to say. It's not a word. I think that is that a word. Am I being greengages? Greenages? Maybe it's maybe they've put an extra G in there. Greenage. And anyway, acacia honey, fresh acidity, juicy body. Ooh, it's a juicy body. And medium roast. So I made that literally before the stream starts because I needed a coffee and let's get it going. Through the AeroPress, standard procedure. It's currently black, and actually tastes alright. There's a little bit of fruitiness in there. Oh, is that a plant? Greengages. I can't say it. It looks like greenage to me with an extra G. That's all. Like plum. No, I'm gonna call it greenage. Roughage.
Green gauge.
I know it's green gauge. I know it's green gauge. But my brain read it as greenage, and now I can't stop reading it like that. Some roughage that's green. It's not the same coffee I gave you a small pile of beans off, no. Anyway, that's black. It's alright. I'm going to add some milk. And then we'll talk about the new equipment. Better. It's got a... That's unlocked the flavour. That's kind of nice. Thank you for clipping that. Anyway, the machine is almost up to temperature and almost ready. Right. Joe! We got a Joe! There we go. Did they work? I haven't got my headphones on. How's it going, Joe? Good morning. How's America this morning? You've got a 3-day weekend, I think, because tomorrow's off. Memorial Day. I actually don't know what... Is it Memorial Day? It is Memorial Day, right? I don't know what Memorial Day is memorializing. What is it for? You have a lot of holidays where it's kind of obvious what they're for. President's Day, I kind of understand that. You know, things like that. You envy me with my coffee. Thank you. Oh god, I gotta catch my chat. Hold on. It may not be universally helpful, but at least I have some small use somewhere. You are very helpful, thank you. I'm getting used to not having chat on this side. I've moved the camera, if people haven't noticed. You do not know? Is that what you meant to say? Memorial Day, yeah. Veterans overall, it's just general veteran. But don't you have like Veterans Day? I guess that's kind of like our Remembrance Day. I mean, Remembrance Day in November for us is the 11th of November. Easy to remember. All the 11s. I sound like a bingo call. All the 11s. Which is World War One and World War Two now, but it kind of just encompasses all the 11. Yeah, you do have see. You have multiple days where they, because don't you have like specific presidents as well as President's Day and stuff like that? I can't remember. Doesn't Lincoln get his own day? I can't remember. It's fun. It's culture. It's learning new culture. But anyway, yes, I'm currently drinking this coffee with an AeroPress. We are going to be doing the espresso. I'm going to move over to that camera. Ta-da! Oh, have I knocked that? That was meant to be before. I mean, that's all right. I didn't want to do that yet. Back to this camera. I want to show you some new stuff, which I stupidly put all over the place. I'm not awake yet. This is my first coffee. To be fair, we can't talk to the Queen does get 2 birthdays. And then they also like repurpose the days for other things like a royal wedding and stuff. Yes, that is true. And we have countless bank holidays for, and I'm not even sure what they're for. Right. New equipment. You'll see me use these in a second. Shiny Hat Day. Indeed, Shiny Hat Day. It's legally stated that we all have to wear shiny hats. You don't get nearly enough that's actually days off. And yeah, I hear that. People being forced to work on what is supposed to be a holiday. But then, to be fair, a lot of our stuff's now open on bank holidays and stuff like that, which is stupid. Let everyone have the day off. Country's not going to grind to a halt. Anyway, so first thing, should I do this? What order should I do this in? Let's do the most important one of all. Is the new basket I got for my my espresso. So that's the old basket. You can see got like a little ridge on it, a little bit curved. I think that's meant to hold about 16 grams, although I usually cram about 20 in it. And then this one, slightly bigger, much smoother, no ridge to hold it in the basket. Don't need it. Got a little spring in there, little clippy thing. Don't need it. So it's deeper, but if you look at the hole, I don't know if you'll be able to even tell. So this is the new one, the old one. The old one, not very uniform holes. You quite can't tell. This one is precision milled stuff, right? It even comes with like a little chart on how precise all the holes are. And it's 96.3 quality overall. And they even like do a like microscopic image of each hole to make sure they're all within balance. You can see it compared to the other one. You hold up to the light. The other one you can definitely tell is unopened. So what does that do? Dog will walk and have you on audio. Thanks, Joe. Anyway. What does it do? Well, what it means is basically the throughput of water through it is consistent through every hole, which means the resistance is consistent across it, which means that as water is pressurized, remember it's pressurized about like 9 bar, pressurized into the coffee, and it'll come out, hopefully, provided the coffee is fairly uniform, in a uniform way through every single hole, because the water should permeate through in a uniform way. Now, obviously, the coffee plays a lot of part in that, but at least this eliminates this as a possible issue of inconsistency. With this one, it might have been coming out here quicker than it comes out here, which means you have more water coming through these, grinds on this side than that side, and it means that you might have sour and bitter and stuff like that. That's the whole science behind it. I'm gonna get rid of that. So just slits in there. Luckily, this is just tall enough to have it. Otherwise, I would have to have a bottomless handle, which I am looking to get, but that's just a fancy thing. We like a consistent hole. We do indeed. Scientifically proven to be perfect, or near enough. Have a good walk, Joe. The next thing I got was the puck screen. Now you've seen me have this one on the. I put that over my face. Hello. It's just a mesh of metal. Apparently it's 1.7 millimeters thick. Yeah, it's just a mesh of metal that you stick on top of the grinds. And what that means is the water, as it hits this, not hitting the coffee directly, it helps distribute the water a bit better. Some say there's a bit of an argument in that, but the most important one for me is the grinds then don't come back when you're releasing pressure. So, you know, at the end of the shot, I release the pressure, and then the rest of the water comes out through the valve at the back. The grind that has obviously a suction effect, and coffee grinds won't hit the machine, so it's easier to clean. I just got to clean this. Don't have to clean the little shower cover, I think it's called, whatever it is, shower screen thing as often. What it does mean though, it's now on the floor. What it does mean though is I've got to grind a little bit less. So this is a 20 gram basket. The new basket is, it actually says, you know, I ordered a 20 gram basket. I don't know if you can see that, it says 20 grams on there. So you should only ever put 20 grams in there, or less. You should never do more. You do less, but there's room for water to make it more sludgy. What this means that you should probably do about 19 grams, because this takes up a little bit of the top bit. So when you're jamming it in the machine, it's too tight if you put the full 20 in. Anyway, that's that one. It also fits very, very snugly most of the way down, because the basket does go in slightly. This fits perfectly where the top of the grind should be. Number 3 on the new equipment is just a little funnel dosing ring. It's magnetic. I don't know if you can see those. And it just fits on there. And it just makes sure that as I'm putting the grinds in, they don't go everywhere. Yes. Now, the next one, and final one for now, is this thing. This, can't really see very well. You see the needles? This is a homemade WDT tool. What they are is basically just some needles for me to distribute the. You saw me doing it with a paper clip. I've just made one because you can buy them like pre-made, and they're like 20 quid or something like that. They let me check. Hold on. WDT. You like stabby? Okay. How much are they? Oh, okay. 15 quid, 20 quid, 25 quid. The cheaper, not as good ones go for about 8 quid. But all they are, really, I mean, these are needles for cleaning a 3D printer nozzle, or acupuncture needles. They're stainless steel, they're super thin, and that's what they are. And people also say, well, just stick them in something, like a core, and then you've got your own tool. So that's what I've done. Because I got 20 of these needles for like 2 quid. And I've used 6 here. But you can get like acupuncture ones for 100 for 10 quid, you know. And they're food safe because obviously the acupuncture. And the 3D printer cleaning ones are actually just the same needles but rebranded. So I got a cork. I got a few corks like lying around, so why not? And all I do with that is when it goes in, I make sure there's no big clumps, and it helps distribute. That's the new setup. It's new stuff. Shall we make a coffee? Let me finish this one. Tiny whisk, basically. Yeah. You can get like little wedge things that help distribute, but they kind of don't do much. In my opinion, they don't do a lot more than what I can do myself with the tamper and the WDT. WDT stands for I can't remember. There's a guy who created it, and it's something distribution technique. His name started with W, I believe. Can't remember. What is it? What is a WDT? Doesn't tell me. Wise. W-E-I-S-S. Or Vise. Okay. Let's get to do some coffee. I'll move the mic so you can hear me. I have the grind's ready. We are going for the Bazenda Furnaz, which is what it's my staple at the moment. I also got another big bag of the organic espresso, which is it's nice. I need to still kind of dial that in. I've been dialing in this one as well with the new stuff. Let me make sure you can hear me. Right. There. I kind of need my cup. Don't forget that. So, I've already done the grind. Because of the new basket and because of the puck screen, the flow rate that I had before and the grind size I was using before for all of the roasts is completely off. I say completely, it's mostly off. So I've had to go a little bit finer on pretty much all of them. This one I was grinding at a 5 on my grinder, now it's down to a 4, and this is the most coarse of the lot. I think I've gone down to a 2. If I get any finer than that, I'm in a bit of trouble because my grinder won't do it. I have to buy a new grinder. What a shame. Right, I still use this little funnel to get it out. This is a square thing going into a round thing. Any 2-year-old can tell you that doesn't work. Right. But now I've got the dosing ring, I don't need that anymore. See? Yeah. Nice and there, give it a little bit of tap. This is where the tool comes in. I do a nice little bit of distribution, but not too much at this stage. Another tap to get it down. Pull that off. There's unfortunately the ring does go down into the can't see. Yeah, there you go. You can see the lip. It goes into the coffee just a teeny bit too much. It's a good maybe a whole centimetre there. Could have done with one slightly less. So I have to do another little tap to get it around the edges, but then this will finish it. It's just good. Helps distribute. There we go. It doesn't look like it's distributed very well, but it is. And then tap it down, nice and flat. around the edges. I still need a new tamper because it doesn't fully fit. There we go. That's ready to go. Cook screen goes on top. Nice and snug. And you can see, all nice and clean. We still need to do our cooling flush as usual. So let me get that on the go. In fact, should we get the camera a little bit closer? Oh, that's not good. You can't see a thing. There we go. Why is the camera all wonky? I don't know. It's not even level, is it? That'll do. That'll do, Paul. Right. That'll do to just get rid of the excess heat. I've left my phone. There we go. Let's get the timer up, ready, so we don't lose time. It's gone green. Good, it's reheated. Because you do lose a little X of that heat from the boiler, so you need to just get back at the temperature. How can you see? You can't see a bloody thing because that handle there. Let me do it back the side. God, come on. There you go. That's pretty good. Right, and away we go. First 10 seconds in, roughly when it starts, that's about right. And I'll stop at 25 seconds. "23, 24, 25. And like I say, the excess water comes out the back through that little spout here. And obviously that screen, make sure that as that suction, the three-way valve releases down there, that some of the water that's gone into the coffee will come back through. You do need to do a clean every now and then, flush it through with soap and water. But that just prevents some of the grinds getting on the actual screen itself. Right, I'm going to weigh this out. That looks almost perfect, to be fair. Oh, it's gone a little bit over. Just a teeny bit over. It's 49 grams. I did actually put 20 in this time. I just realised. I didn't put 19, I put 20. Oops. So I actually went over the... I mean, it's a bit tight, but... There you go. Look how clean that is. Job done. So it's gone a little bit over. So there we go. Now, what I was going to try and do is some milk. But I'm going to taste this first. Come back. Good. Good. See, so you want 2 to 1 ish ratio. 2 to 2.5 to 2.5 for 1. So, put 20 grams of coffee in out of 40. Yeah. So that is bang within reason. You probably didn't hear that because the mic's over here. So 49 is like right on the higher end of what you want. Should we try some steam? I haven't done the milk steaming that much, if I'm honest. But we can give it a go. Get all that out of the way. I've got milk. You can do this alongside doing all your shots and stuff, but to be fair, you gotta, like, for it to be precise with the 25 seconds, it's all a bit much, so I'm gonna do it separately. Yeah. Anyway, here's my jug. It's up about halfway. You don't want to go over 60% with the milk if you ever do this, because it will expand. You're putting not only air into it, but you're putting steam and water into it. So you don't want it like anything more than like that in a jug. This is way too much for my cup anyway. And the way you do this, I wonder if I can get a better angle actually. Let's see if I can go up. Give you a better angle. It's going to be loud as well when I give it a go. So please be aware. Headphone users, be aware. It'll be loud. The way you do it is you get the nozzle in like the top bit so that it generates all the bubbles. And once you have all the bubbles and they start breaking down into microfoam, you then put the nozzle in deeper to get the heat into it. I'm gonna get my little thermometer out. Help. Yeah, we're gonna give that a go. Right, this is the loud bit. So you can see how I'm sort of angling it just on the top bit. Don't know if you can see that. Ooh, maybe not. Let me a little bit closer. Trickster has returned from work. Right, so yeah, top bit first. I haven't done this that often, so I'm probably not going to do it right. But you do the top bit first, so you can get a little bit of, like, you get all the bubbles in, and then we're going to go like deep into it like that. But here we go. Oh, that's a bit tight. Come on, there we go. So you can see how the bubbles are forming, quite big bubbles. Alright, and I think that's enough, so I'm going to plunge it in, and then you push it to the side, and then you create like a vortex. All the way until it's up to temperature. You see, you've got a nice foam on top. And he's got that telltale screechy sound. People like that do this just know when that sound is right. There we go. Almost there. That's not the way. That's the way. There we go. Just clean that off. If you go any warmer than that, you start breaking down the proteins or the fats, I think, in the milk. I'll clean that off later. But there we go. You can see the microfoam on there. Now, depending on what coffee you're making, depends on how we treat it. You can do a swirl, which then integrates the foam and the not so foamy bits underneath. You can do a tap. If there's any big things you need to break. The machine's kicking in because obviously we've taken a lot of heat and pressure from it. So there we go. Now I'm going to attempt to do this on camera. Hey, that's not too bad. I'm not gonna make any sort of image. There we go. That's a little bit too much, but whatever. Considering I've only done that a couple of times, I'm happy with that. Hey, look, I made a thing. What image is that? Is that a rabbit? I'm gonna say that's a rabbit. It's a chicken. Chicken. There we go. I'll go with chicken. I'll go with chicken. But there you go. That's how you do it. In fact, actually, that was pretty good foam. I need to. This mug shape isn't very good for doing the whole latte art thing. Also, I'm not terribly up with, you know, how to treat the foam once you've completed it, is probably the best way to put it. Because, like I say, you can swirl it, you bash it to get rid of bubbles. You know, if you swirl it, then that foam sort of mixes with the not so foamy bits, and it becomes a bit more silky. But you don't have to do that. In certain coffees, you shouldn't do that. You need the actual, like, maybe warm milk and then some thicker foam on top. It depends. I'm not completely up to date with that because I don't do it. But maybe I should. It's a jackal. 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 Is it jackal? Jackal. 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 Oh, actually, that's really nice. Also, we use like really low fat milk, like super pasteurized low fat milk, which means it doesn't quite react the same way as maybe you know, 4% milk or whatever people call it. And also, you could do cream, half and half, things like that. Dangerously Chloe, hello. It's nice and chill. Well, thank you, thank you. I realised I never actually turned the volume down on the music. I'm gonna do that now. Bit late. I hope it hasn't been too loud. Buy milk, thank you. Thank you, Joe, for the milk. But yes, that is how you do foamed milk. It actually turned out much better than I thought it would. I sound like I know what I'm on about.